Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Newey. I'm the one of the founders and editor-in-chief of Jazzwise magazine. And this band I saw first at the 14-hour Technicolor Dream at Alexandra Palace in April 1967. Theo told me, a long time ago, 57 years ago. But it was such a cacophony of sound at Alexandra Palace that night. They had two bands, two stages, and people playing through the equivalent of a WEM 100-watt PA. But when I saw them in October that year, in '67, at Middle Earth Club, just around the corner from here in Covent Garden in King Street, one of the great psychedelic, well, one of the only psychedelic clubs in London, they were magnificent. Anyway, today the band lives on. John has carried the flame since 1975, which is absolutely wonderful because they were one of the only bands of London's psychedelic underground, along with Pink Floyd, that have actually existed all that period of time. And you know, the first time I saw them, particularly at Middle Earth, it took my head apart. And that was on the 13th of October 1967. I was a lad of 16. Anyway, without further ado, please put your hands together. Big Pizza Express welcome for, on drums, As If Circus. Bass, Mr. Fred Baker. On saxophones, flute and keyboards, Mr. Theo Travis. And the man that carries the flame, on guitar, Mr. John Ethridge. Please, softly sing.
you very much, and thank you very much, and good evening. And first of all, I'd like to thank Julie for that great and unexpected announcement of us, and that was brilliant. Jazzwise is a remarkably great publication which has kept going through thick and thin, which is more or less the benchmark of everything now. If you can keep going, like us, soldiering on. We were just in the dressing room discussing whether we could drive ourselves around America next week, or perhaps we could get somebody to help us. This is the state of... so it's great that you're here to hear us, and it's great that we're here to play, so that's fantastic. The first tune was Hugh Hopper. It was one of those tunes that was nearly a hit for Soft Machine, not quite. Called Facelift, and it was from Soft Machine Third. And that tune was one of ours from an album called Burden of Proof, and it was called Burden of Proof. We've got a lot of tunes like that. We've got actually 3 tunes in this set that are eponymous, anonymous, pseudonymous album titles, and etc. Oh, right. Okay, that's very interesting what we've got next, because John was talking about being John is actually younger than me, but I think I was 1967. I think I was burning the barricades at Essex University while he was down at Middle Earth, and so I don't know which one of us has got the most political cred from that. I think perhaps ripping up the cobblestones in Essex University is slightly more hardcore. I was actually, sorry, we're not going to talk about me, but I was actually on, just for a moment, I was actually on the news at 6, shock horror, 1968, revolting students. They were all setting fire to things, and I was playing the saxophone in a sort of Eric Dolphy style game. And there I was. Anyway, never mind. It's just apropos, John knew it, and apropos of this tune that's coming up. Nothing is unscripted, and this tune is dedicated to that period. It's a new tune, but it's dedicated to that period, and we're going to try and rethink. Imagine just slow down. Imagine there are no iPhones, and you've got a big Camberwell character in your gun. It's called Fell to Earth. There you go, thank you. That was Fell to Earth. And now we'll, because we like variety, we're going to play something that is very, very well organised. Because it was written by Sir Carl Jenkins, who was a very organised man. And this is called Tales of Taliesin. Thank you very much. That was Tales of Taliesin, followed by Drifting White, and that was called, the last one was The Stars Apart. And John Newey referred to this tune is called 14-Hour Dream, and we've never met anybody else who was there. This was a real event, apparently. I didn't know this, but Theo knew this. I should have known, but John Newey was there. You were there at the 14-Hour Dream. Indeed. And it was exactly 14 hours. So did it start at 6 o'clock and end at 10 next morning, or was it 8 till 12 the next morning?
9 until 9.
That's not 14 hours, that's 12 hours. Hey man, don't be so pedantic, man. Like, you know, this nitpicking over numbers, man, this is like not cool. You've got to chill and be relaxed about this kind of stuff. Don't get anal about the numbers. Okay, so it's 9 till 9, 12-hour dream. Okay, here we go. 12-hour dream. very much. 14-hour dream, and we're going to play one more tune in this set. But before we do, I'd like to talk about the evolution of what we're doing here. Certainly since the Reformation in 2004. This was a kind of under the radar reformation because a lot of people go, oh yeah, we're in a soft machine. Oh yeah, I remember that. We're still going. Oh, are you? Right. Anyway, so there was basically the first soft machine sort of kind of came to a sort of, I wouldn't say it hit the buffers, that's also a bit too loud. It sort of drizzled away at the end of the 70s and the 80s, like a lot of bands of that era actually. And then a very inspired gentleman named Leonardo Pavkovich and decided to put it together. Now, I won't be revealing state secrets when I tell you that the atmosphere in the band towards the end was a bit sour. So it was kind of unlikely that this was going to happen, but he was determined to make it happen. And lo and behold, when everybody got back together again in 2004, in this case it was Elton Dean, myself, John Marshall and Hugh Hopper, everybody got on. Amazing. It's age, you see. I definitely it's that thing when the testosterone starts sort of disappearing. People find, go, okay, he's not such a bad bloke. I hated him in the 70s. Wouldn't speak to him. I mean, nobody spoke to anybody. I actually, I'm sort of, since the mid-70s, I've been, I guess, slightly on the garrulous side, and this started with the soft machine because I took over from the legendary Alan Holdsworth, who recommended me, and the first rehearsal I did with them, they said I was okay, I could join the band, and then the first rehearsal, first tune, dead silence, and I thought, my God, this is a disaster, they can't stand me. So to sort of fill the void, I'd start gibbering. And there'd be more dead silence. Then we'd do another tune, there'd be dead silence. And what I didn't realise was that they couldn't stand each other. So they each individually came to me as the new boy and started moaning about each other. I think the same thing kind of happened with Billy Preston and the Beatles, They all sort of went to me individually. I can't stand it. The person I really hate, Paul McCartney. Anyway, so this was kind of strange for me, but we made some great music came out of that. I mean, don't think that bands have to spend each hour in each other's pockets as friends to make great music. So we made some great music. Anyway, it was unlikely there'd be a reformation. There'd been a few desultory efforts, and then Leonardo put this together. Elton Dean, Hugh Hopper, and John Marshall, and myself. And that was how we started. So basically what happened, instead of people going off in a huff, like they did in the 70s, muttering under their breath, they kind of went upstairs, as it were. Not upstairs to the Pizza Express to have a pizza, but further upstairs. And the first one who went was Elton Dean, quite soon after, about in 2006. So actually, I think your first gig was here. So Elton passed away in February 2006, and Hugh and I and John Marshall put our heads together. We pretty well came up with the idea of the concept of this gentleman, and then we formed him out of molecules. The concept of a brilliant saxophone player who wasn't terribly expensive. No, so we got this guy here, and he initially was on saxophone, and he's expanded his repertoire, which is absolutely amazing because he sort of, he started basically on tenor, maybe a little bit of flute, but it's tenor, flute, soprano, keyboard, computers, loop pedals, things, Black and Decker workmate, all comes with it, all for sale after the show. And so from 2006, the wonderful Mr. Theo Travis. And then a great friend, Hugh Hopper, and this was really, Elton, as they say in obituaries, enjoyed his life. And he paid the price for enjoying his life. Live life to the full, they say in obituaries. But Hugh was a very quiet and beautiful man, and he was our bass player. And in 2009, due to some, God knows what happened anyway, he went up there. And so we got in Roy Babington, who was the guy who was in Soft Machine when I was in it in the 70s. So it was John Marshall, Roy Babington, myself, and Theo. Now Roy, I'm very happy to say, he might be upstairs, but if he is, he'd be quaffing a wine and enjoying a pizza. The only thing that happened to Roy, he got what is, I now understand, is a very known condition called Viking finger. So anybody's got Viking blood. I was hanging out with, hanging out as we say, you know. I was talking to a guy the other day, he said, oh yeah, I've got that Viking, it's coming up. Bill Nighy apparently has it really bad. If you've got Viking blood, you get this thing in your hand and your fingers go like that. So this happened to Roy. So apart from being in fantastic condition at the age of 84 and thoroughly enjoying his life as he is, with his wine and everything, he cannot play. He can play for 4 or 5 minutes. So if any of you want to buy the Other Doors album, you'll find there's a bit of Roy on this album because he's able to play for about 3 or 4 minutes, and he and this gentleman here do a wonderful bass duet, which is worth the price of the album because it's very rare to hear a bass guitar duet. They're sort of, it made me think of little baby elephants with pinafores on. Down in the bottom register, it's really charming. Anyway, so he had to leave, so we got this guy we've all known forever. I first started playing when he was a young genius of 19, 20. He's still a genius of the bass and an incredible guitar player, but of course he's not allowed to play guitar because I'm very jealous. He's the wonderful Mr. Fred Baker. And then finally our dear, dear friend, John Marshall, one of Europe's greatest ever, well, the world's greatest ever drummers, and who joined the Soft Machine in '72. And he was with us on off. His health was always rocky, you know. So we had lots of depths for John. But John played with us, and his last gig was at Ronnie Scott's about 2 years ago. And we got him on the Other Doors album. He was quite weak, but he plays great. And he managed 3 out of the 5 days, and so that's his swan song. It's the Other Doors album, and it's marvellous playing. I mean, John, I'm afraid, died last September. And so finally, and this was, you know, we put our heads together on this one, because John had been unwell for quite a long time, on and off. We played with many, some of the world's greatest drummers that came in depth, because it seems to me, whenever I hear the drummers playing with us, it's good fun for the drums. They can really thrash about, their heart's content. So when I watch the drummers playing with us, and some of these drummers I play with in other contexts, you know, and they really seem to enjoy it. Anyway, so they have to, because no money, you know. But we decided that the guy who really is exceptional and fantastic, and we asked him, he luckily said yes, despite the lack of finance. He said yes, and he is the great Asaf Serkis.
Last but very much not least, very important member of this ensemble, been a member of the Soft Machine, as was mentioned, since the year 1975, an incredible 49 years with the Soft Machine. How about that? But there were some gaps, particularly in around the 1980s when the band wasn't active, during which time he became very active and very in demand on the jazz scene, and also collaborated with some of the wonderful classical players who maybe like to cross over and do some interesting collaboration music. People like Nigel Kennedy, you'll know the names, the legendary guitarist John Williams, and he has also been hailed as a musician's musician, and often quoted as being exceptional, and some of the great superstars of music have said wonderful things about him. For example, Sting of the Police, who famously said, I never wanted to be a pop star, I just wanted to be a respected musician like this man. And there was another guitarist in the late 60s who used to follow him around. In fact, there was a club quite near here, I think it was Wardour Street, where he did a gig at the Speakeasy. And this other guitarist came and heard the set. He'd been wanting to hear it. He came and complimented afterwards. He went up to him and said, "I really, really enjoyed your playing, fantastic guitar playing." This other guitarist, I'm sure you'll have heard of him. He was called Jimi Hendrix. So he thought he's good. We think he's good. He is, of course, the wonderful Mr. John Ethridge. John Ethridge.
Right. As Diz Disley used to say, when I did also play with Steph Crapelli for years, and Diz Disley was a guitarist, and he used to say, "And now that's enough of the chit chat and badinage, and now on with the music." Gazolriat is the tune by Mike Ratledge. Here we go. We'll be back when we've taken a few drugs. Thank you. you very, very much. That was Penny Hitch from Soft Machine 7. And now, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your interval. So eventful? No? Right. So here we are again, and this is another of these eponymous, anonymous, pseudonymous ones. This is a tune called Other Doors, which is the title of our latest waxing, which waxes lyrical over there. Sorry, you don't seem very impressed. They're not even looking round. It's over there, and our lovely tour manager with a red hat. Anyway, enough of that. This is a tune called Other Doors. Thank you very much. That was Other Doors. Quite complicated. You get to a certain point in your life where you go, oh wow. So this is now quite a nice simple tune actually, and this is actually the first. Well, Nick Ethridge over there is an expert. Anything you want to know about the history of the soft machine, ask Nick Ethridge. He knows much more than me. I was announcing this as the first single by Soft Machine ever, but first single in the USA. So I'll be able to say that we're off to the USA in our. We're getting over there on a rowing boat, and when we get there, we've got 4 pack animals, and. You think I'm joking? You know, the best thing about touring the United States, you send Facebook posts back and everybody thinks you're incredibly successful. Actually, by the time we paid £1 million for the visas and £500,000 for the air tickets, it's very good fun. So wish us well. We've got a long slog. Thank you very much. A long slog round. Actually, it's not. It's all around Eastern up in Canada. And if it happens, last time everything was cancelled 4 days, wasn't it? We still managed to do 3 gigs last time. This was on the West Coast, and we sent back Facebook posts saying what an incredible time we were having. And here we were at Hollywood. We were in Hollywood, and we played at the Bake Protest in Los Angeles, and we played at Yoshi's legendary club in Oakland. So we made it look good when we were there. Actually, it was great. I'm giving it the old gloomy pest. You're not meant to do that in showbiz, are you? You're meant to say everything's incredible. Was incredible, fantastic. Are we incredible? Aren't they incredible these days? It's great. This band. I have to say, I've been in this band for 50 years, and this is the best it's ever been. It really is, honestly. I don't always say that. It really is. It's fantastic. I really enjoy it. Makes a happy man very old. Oh. Okay, this is the first Soft Machine single in the USA, and of course, having an eye for the charts, it's a bass solo. Joy of a Toy. major key in D major. Ah, lovely. Soft machine with a... Sure, it's such a good title for that. Right, we're going to play, I think it's... yes. This is, we've played Facelift by Hugh Hawthorne, and this is a fantastic tune. I think that's my favourite of Hugh's tunes. He wrote some beautiful stuff, and this is off... You see, I should learn this. Pathetic. I announce this every night, and I literally cannot remember what number. It's really annoying. They should have called the... You know, they should have done what we do now. Pick a tune and call the album that. So this is Soft Machine 4, and it's a great tune, Kings and Queens. One or two tunes, I love them because they've got, this tune constitutes 4 notes, but it's got the longer title. The title is 10:30, Return to the Bedroom. I like it. Isn't that a wonderful title? 10:30, Return to the Bedroom. Yeah, it's okay, it's all good, yeah. Are we discussing stuff? Like a discussion here.
After that, are we going to do the other tunes as well?
Yeah, I get the details. Oh, sorry. Okay, right, sorry about that. He's quite right. Didn't know who I was and where I was for a moment. Right, so this is 10:30, Return to the Bedroom. I got so carried away with the lunacy of the title. 10:30, Return to the Bedroom. So we're going to do a medley now. How about that, a medley? Mrs. Mills. So, before we go further, I'd like to thank Philippe on the sound. He's our sound man, and he was our sound man last year, and he's great, wonderful. And so this is 10:30, Return to the Bedroom, followed by Middle. It's all a joke, this, I know exactly what's going on, but I play the old duffer, because I've been in it for 50 years. Middle band, followed by Hidden Details and Hazard Profile Part 1. So there you go. 4 for no extra cost. There you go. Sorry about that. David, Jonathan. Soft Machine, thank you so much. Very much. Great, right, we will do one more for you. We've got one sort of prepared. You actually cannot leave this stage. Oh, there's a little gap there. It's very hard to get on. So that's great. And thank you so much for being here and supporting us and supporting live music and the Pizza Express, which is a great place. And so we're going to end with something that's kind of more mellow. It's from... No, it's from... When you go out with the tongue, I know that's third, because when you say fifth, you don't use your when you go third. So it's Soft Machine third. This is backwards noisette. It's two chairs, well, one by Ethridge and two Hopper put together, which is great. So that's it, isn't it? Really. Thank you very, very much. And I hope you enjoy this tune. Okay, go down to 10. I'll sit down.